Good morning. It's Sunday the 24th and welcome to the mess, and thank you for being with me on this lovely, bright and breezy, beautiful winter's day. I haven't officially got snow in where I live at the moment because it's not on Facebook. No one on Facebook's telling me it's snowing, so I don't know what the weather's doing. Right, yeah, so a lot to go through today. I'm not sure if it's going to do the whole hour and a half, but we'll see. But what's coming up? So I want to go quickly over to the mess and have a little look on what's going on our Facebook page. Talk about some group builds that's currently going on, some projects that are coming, and obviously, as you can tell by the title, we're going to tinker with a Tamiya kit, the M8, which is here, funny enough, in the background. Before we do that, let's have a quick look at the chat, see who is in with us. There are 12 people watching, so thank you for being with me on this morning. Model Making Trucker is first in. Lewis saying hello. Good morning, Lewis. Steve from Totally Scale Models is in, saying good morning. Plastic Monkey saying good morning all. Morning. And we've got Dad there from Scaly Models saying good morning. Bilko's Build saying good morning all. Morning. Not sure I've seen you in the parade before, but welcome. It's nice to see you. And then the rest of the chat is just you all saying hello to one another. So there we go. Cool. So yeah, once you join us, say hello in the chat, please, and I will give you a call out. Right. Okay. So I'm going to head straight over to the Facebook page. He says, because I'm completely organised and professional, don't you know? He says, no, not that one, that one. There we go. Oh, excuse me while I'm fiddling with my nose. Oh, terrible. Let me take that to full screen. There we go. Okay, so Model Officer's Mess. One thing I wanted to do this week, slightly different to normal. Those of you that are in the mess know that I put up scheduled posts all the way through the week to encourage you to share your work and to show what's on the bench. So I thought this Sunday, for a change, I take yesterday, so that's Saturday's post, of what's on your bench. So let's have a quick look through and see what's going on. So first of all, we've got Eric there. And it's saying that waiting for the gloss coat to dry on his M36 so I can start applying decals. Looking nice so far. Cool, Eric. I like that very much. Oh, sorry, my nose is killing me today. Next one up is Martin Brown. He says, I'm currently building this one. I plan on doing the version of the box art. Instructions say color is AMIG 061, which is a warm sand yellow, but it seems to yellow to his thinking, and he's intending and using the Valerio 71.028, which is a sand yellow, but much more closer to the box art color. Has anyone else built this? He says, and I turn off that. So it's a right field models kit. Yeah, there's a few comments in there, so by all means, share your experiences. That's the whole point of the group. Tell him what flaws to look out for, what bumps in the road he may come across. Next one up is Daniel Baker. This is his 132nd F16i, nearing completion. Look at that. That looks really nice, doesn't it? I'm especially liking the cockpit area there. So that's cool. Really nice. Go to our next one, and this is from Jeff Red Baron, and this is his F4U4 Trumpeter 132nd. Get your teeth in, James. That's looking sweet as, isn't it? Very nice. There seems to be a great deal of larger scale models being built at the moment, I've noticed. So yeah, that's very nice. Thank you for sharing that, Jeff. This is Sean. Shane, sorry, stenciling on stenciling on the 148 Phantom. Hashtag their struggles real. Okay, that's very nice. I certainly like some of that detail on there. And liking the stand as well. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't know if anyone's asked in the chat, but it'd be interesting to know where that comes from. That's pretty cool. Very similar to the one I have. But yeah, I like that. Good. This is the other thing as well. Is you have a good nose at people's benches as well. See what they've been making stuff with. So this is Brad. Your guess is as good as mine. This is his Sherman. I know, for example, this part here, the crab section of it's actually not a Sherman, is it? It's a Lee. That's scratch built. Phenomenal build. Lots of pictures up in the mess from Brad showing you how he's achieved that, and I will be following that a little bit more. And Brad, if I can ask you, and if you are watching, I would love you to make an album up, if you haven't already, in the mess of that build from start to finish, so we can follow exactly how you did that scratch building. Really, really cool. I like that. I think that's a Sherman next to it, and I'm not sure what that one is. But yeah, really cool. I like that. Mark Ewan is going to work on the tracks while watching the Saturday night Creche tonight. Also, an IPA or two. I assume that's the alcoholic type of IPA. So good for you. Hope you enjoyed the show last night. And if you're not aware, Saturdays at 8 o'clock, there is a group that three of us have our own YouTube channels. That would be Totally Scale Model Steve, myself, and Carl Making Models. Do a weekly roundup of fun and games and a little bit of adult humour mixed in with the wonderful Nat, who has taken the reins with our guest the thingy and kits and stuff. So doing a cracking job on that last couple of weeks too. So I think she's got a few ideas up her sleeve as to how to make things a little bit more difficult and a little bit more fun. So tune into that. The link for that would be posted up in the Officers Mess. But if you're not a member of the group, head over to the Facebook page, Saturday Night Creche. Oh, there we go. That's Mark's tipple for the evening. It's Hobgoblin IPA. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Jealous. Let's go to our next one. This is Ian. And Ian's got three types of 69s. Well, wouldn't you know? There we go. Very cool. I like that. Very cool indeed. I think it's one that I might have to get for the stash at some point, but I'm trying to be good and not increase the stash too much. But I like that tank. It's really cool. So this is Joe Middleton. It's freezing out in the garage, but I have managed to prime two cars. There we go. Answers in the chat if you know what those cars are, because I don't. But yeah, cool. I like that. Well done. And well done for managing to get out in the freezer too. Another one of our members, Glenn Woodruff. This is his Hurricane gloss coat today. Hope to start weathering tomorrow. The Tempest Mark 6 conversion primed. I don't normally prime, but as there was a lot of filler or filling and sanding due to the poor fit of the resin conversion parts, I thought I'd better give it a little coat of silver, a silver screw. Hang on. Oh, it will be finished. Sorry. He's primed it because it will be finished in a silver chrome scheme. Cool. Very nice. I love how Glenn does his wings on his planes. It's yeah, masterclass. If you need some advice, Glenn is your man. And as always, I would say, if you've got any questions on anyone's models, stick a comment up or ask the guys what your opinion is on stuff. This is Steve Presley with his wheels on. And this is Millie, I think it is. Millie, Tilly. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, that's cool. I like that. Got one in the stash that I really must do. Looking good. And I can officially tell you it is snowing outside. Not that you need to know that. Painting Me Russian Hut. This is from Andy Gregg. Love the wood effect you've got going on there. Well done. That's absolutely superb. Really nice. A little bit of moss going on there as well. Another view of his hut. Phenomenal. And if you get a chance, put some pictures up and tell us how you managed to get that wood effect, if you haven't already, because that's awesome. I want to learn how he did that. That is amazing. Love that to bits. So well done. And our next one up is David. David's progressing on his blurred prop for his FX1 24th Hawker Typhoon, carefully cut out using a hot wire cutter. Cool. Now that's going to be interesting to see how you progress with that. Very cool. Those hot wire things are great tools, but can be a bit finicky. And next offering is from John, working on his Turpit superstructure. Next up will be the 60 and 70 AA guns, then railings and rigging. Oh my God. Wow. That's tiny. Cracking job there, John. I've been watching that actually. He's doing a really good job with this build. Really good. Another picture for you of just how detailed that is. That is awesome. I know Lewis will be dribbling over the view of these pictures, because he does like his ships. Look at that. Beautiful deck. Beautiful. Really cracking work. Well done, John. Let's go on to Jacob. Jacob is working on this. Looks to be a Sea Hurricane. Cool. Mark 2C. Good job. Liking the use of the sand. And some, I think they're Revell brushes by the look of it. Well done. And he's also working on this, which I can't think for the life of me what that is. Vader, is it? Oh, I don't answers in the chat. But very nice, very chromed, very lovely. He's also got out a 172nd Supermarine Spitfire Mark 5C. He's obviously going to start that little baby too. It's got a lot going on your bench, Jacob. An awful lot. Thought about starting this too. Yes, the Yak one. That'd be nice. 148 scale. Cool. That'd be cool. And then we have got Gavin. Gavin Painter. He is painting, Blood Angel Space Marine Tactical Squad Sergeant. Like that. I do like the way you've got the effect on there, on that material. That's very cool. Yeah, Space Marines and all that sort of thing are very much the in thing at the moment. A lot of people doing those. This is Michael P. Hill and he's Argus. Yeah, been watching this build too. It's very beautiful. I do like the paintwork. Very cool. Well done, Michael. And Bass, a quick and simple, or relatively simple build. Yes, coming along nicely on that one. Well done, Bass. Julian again. This is his French, I found out yesterday. Tamiya 148, D520, and a Citroen staff car. She's not in that picture, but that is what he's working on. There may be another picture just here as we speak. There we go. Cool. Liking that. Nice job, Julian. And also one of my favourites, of course, getting stuck into a Jeep, or 148th from Tamiya. What a lovely vehicle that is. Good stuff. Thank you. Very, very nice. I've got my iPad in front of me and the chat has just absolutely gone ballistic. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think that's just my iPad catching up. But, yeah, there's a lot of chat going on there. So, well done. Robin. Masking off, decals on, Tamiya Royal Navy Corsair. He's pleased, yes, and so you should be. Very beautiful. Very nice paintwork, very well faded in. Yeah, I like that a lot. Could be lots of inspiration, you guys, I tell you. That's what I love about the posts. So we're almost to the end of this. So this is Eric again, if my computer can catch up. Asking to do too many things. Got some work done on the M60 A1 turret for the Gulf War group build. Well done. That's a good segue, Eric. We'll do the group builds as well in a minute. So yeah, it's good to see you doing some work on that. Lovely. We got Jimmy. This is Jimmy's Atelier 148 scale Arad AR196. Lovely little float plane, German float plane. Very nice. I like what you got going on there. And that's obviously a trailer. I've not seen it with a trailer before. Cool. I like that. That's something that I must do as well, float plane. You know, there's certain things that you really should do as a modeler, and that might be one of them. So our last picture for this particular part is from Paulio, and only 3 Harriers. Only 3. Yes, I do like a Harrier. A wonderful plane, and nice to see it in different stages of the build as well. So well done, you. So there you go. That's what's been on everybody's bench this Saturday. But we're going to scoot up to the top here now, hopefully. Yes, a quick question. Obviously, came up in a comment the other day. The banner is my work. It's because I stupidly forgot to take into account that we would need some pictures for January. So there is no best builds Tuesday for January. That would have obviously been done in December. But remember, coming up on the 26th, which is in 2 days' time, there will be the post that goes up asking you to pop up what you've managed to build over December and January, and it's complete builds. And then obviously the admins will take the pick of the crop, so to speak, and they'll be put into the banner. Also, they will be put into the draw for Model of the Year, remember, as well, which brings us nicely onto this. So at the top of the page, pinned post is the group builds and stigs for 2021 in the Officer's Mess. And as you can see there at the moment, we are doing the hashtag Gulf War, which started on the 2nd of January and finishes on 28th of March. So yeah, plenty of time to jump in and join in with that one. And obviously throughout the rest of the year, we've got our space flight, and then we've got our desert warfare, which seems a bit weird that we've got 2 desert themes there, but the desert warfare is open to anything. So science fiction, anything that was in any could fight in any sort of desert whatsoever. So really, you know, airplane, whatever. It's really out there. But obviously, remember, after that, we've got our Pearl Harbor. But we also have running throughout the whole year is a steampunk and apocalyptic build. So if you want to do, if you want fancy giving yourself a try at a steampunk or apocalyptic or both build, doesn't have to be a diorama, could just be a figure, could be a vehicle of some description, whatever. You've got all, well, you got till November, end of November to do that one. So there you go. That's our group builds, and that's all covered. So thank you for watching that. I've now got to try and find my way back through back through the chat to try and find where we're at. It's just going to be good fun. So we have got Nim. Nim is in the house and she's saying, morning, everyone. Morning, Nim. Hope you're well. We got Barbaros Models. Say morning, James. Morning, everyone else. Good morning to you. Hope you're well, mate. Bilko's just saying, my first time I started listening to your podcast. Love them. Oh, bless your heart. Yes, of course. Malcolm Childs and myself are doing a podcast called Just Making Conversation. It's just two bald men, middle-aged bald men, rambling on about model making. It's and we try and be a bit humorous, a bit tongue-in-cheek, and hopefully we're touching on subjects that may have been covered, but covering it in a slightly different way, hopefully. So thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying that. But yeah, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, go to a podcast supplier app. I don't know what you call it. Your streaming platform, and look it up. Give it a listen. Let us know what you think. It's always good to get a bit of feedback as well. Nim's just telling us there that she's up now because I didn't feel good the last few days. Oh, bless your heart. I hope you feel better soon. We've got a Facebook user there saying good morning all. Unfortunately, my Facebook is not refreshing sufficiently enough for me to tell you who that is. It may be Ron from the Model Officer's Mess. And excuse me while I do this. I've got a couple of people to approve for the mess. So welcome those. Do the welcome post in a minute. Oh, look at that. Lewis, model making trucker, is he's back. He had to help Nat with a bit of cooking. Oh dear. And then they've asked what's on the menu, which we'll get that in a minute. Mark Ewing is there. Oh, it's always tripping over your name. Say morning, people. Morning, Mark. Hope you're well. Dexterous Crafter, which is Nat, saying gammon today, Scotty. We've decided to do stuffed potato skins. Wow. I think Nat is in collusion with Steve and getting recipe tips. So there you go. Right, let's have a quick look. Oh, there you go. Scott is just saying to Mark, I watched some video builds on the Hobby Boss A10. You have your work cut out on that. Have you bought all the PE? Looks like great fun. Yep. He's got that on the go. Just jumped. Yeah, I love that one happen. Nim just saying, nice Jeep. I'm building that too. Yes, you are. I do love a Willis Jeep. A lot to do with my childhood, but there you go. We've got Stefan. It's saying good morning, guys. Morning, Stefan. Hope you're well. We've got Dave. He's just saying good morning. Just arrived. Have I missed the grand opening number? Well, it was a great duet that me singing. Thank you very much. Another comment there, just saying I agree with the sentiment on the Just Chatting podcast. Very entertaining, Arthur. Bless your heart. Thank you very much, Dave. We'll thoroughly enjoy making it, I'll be honest. It literally is we're just shooting the breeze. Quano Man's in saying good morning. Good morning, Quano. Hope you're well. So there you go. 21 people watching. I think I've caught up with the chat and everybody there. I hope you enjoyed going through the work that people are posting. I may make that a regular thing, but I'm not quite sure. We'll see how we go. So what is the other thing that is coming up? Let's head over to the bench and I will tell you what I've been working on. Let me know what you're working on today or have been working on in the chat, and we will let everybody know. Oh, hello. Computer's gone a bit AWOL there. Right, yeah, so this is what I'm currently working on. This is... Oh, I can't reach it. This is my Bandai Ramba Rao Commando set, which of course I'm ever so professional organised. This kit here, and I'm building this bit here, the head. Give you a better idea. That bit there. But of course, not wanting to do things too simply, I've gone a little bit off on a tangent. And so far what we've managed to do is I've done the interior structure of the robotic head, got a bit carried away and painted it too much. So now I've set myself a challenge of building it in a factory setting. So I've achieved this camo with masking. You can see all these little dots. These are all bits of masking tape, and spraying several colors over it, and then ending it with a bronzy color to give that effect. However, with these bits here, we're making up whatever these bits are on the robot. I don't know, but this is what I'm gonna. This is the bit you get to before you put the bronze on. I've used slightly different colors to what's on the helmet, because I'm considering going over it with a different color. But yeah, I haven't quite worked that out yet. Anyway, so this morning what I've managed to do is I've managed to, if you can see that, I've managed to put bits of masking tape all over that, spray it with all 3 different colours. It's just drying at the moment, but it's on the desk, so I thought I'd let you see where we're up to with that. It's a slow progress, but we are getting there. And as I say, I am going to get into a factory setting, involving some scaffolding and a great deal of bits of plastic, so that'd be fun. So watch how that goes, but I'm not going to do that today. I just want to keep you up to date with it. So if I move this out of the way over there, so what's coming up? So obviously, as the title says, we're going to be looking at the Tamiya M8 in a moment, and I'll explain the story behind that as well. But before we do that, something to watch out for that we're coming up at some point in the very near future. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, whether I'm going to replicate what I'm about to do with the Tamiya kit, or I'm going to put it into a video series. I'm not quite sure. But what we will be doing is we're going to be doing this kit. So this is the HK Models Avro Lancaster Mark 1 nose art kit, which is obviously the nose and cockpit section of the 1/32 kit. This explains a little bit. That is literally what you get. I'm not going to delve into that today, but the idea being is I got carried away and I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make the airframe skeleton, scratch build it. Oh, I don't know why I'm even thinking of doing it, but there you go. Gone a bit bad, as I said. Still doing a lot of research on it, but it'd be interesting for me to know, for those that might be interested to watch it, how would you like it presented? Would you like it presented in a build series that's completely separate, or maybe on a Sunday parade? I don't know. We'll see. I warn you now that probably not going to be started until end of Feb, I guess. Maybe a little earlier if I can get all the information together. But there's a lot of information going on, and I don't know whether the skeleton is going to be made from photo etch or from another medium, i.e. 3D printed or scratch built with bits of plastic. Not quite sure. As I say, I'm trying to work them out. But that will be coming up. So I'd like you to let me know how you want to watch it. Yeah, just drop me a note in the mess or in the comments, and I'll go through them in a bit. So there you go. That is what's coming up from me. Oh, there you go. That is the kit. There we go. That is the kit. Very well detailed, and they've done quite a good job. HK, I think, personally. So let's get to it. It is just gone 11:30. There's 22 of you watching. I hope you've all said hello, and I've said hello to you too. Quickly look at the chat before we get onto our Tamiya. So Nim is just saying there she's working on some old commissions for a friend of mine. He wants me to detail his Star Wars kits. It's an 80 ST right now. Oh, lovely. Keep us posted with some pictures on that. That's cool. Scott's just saying he was finding himself in the same boat, overextended, and I always get lost in the detail. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole that's really easy to fall down. And I'll be honest, I've had some great support from people I didn't know before. I've made new friends and acquaintances, and they're more than willing to share. So yeah, there we go. Mark's just saying the ATST is detailed enough inside. It's the weathering on the kit that makes it look good. Whoa. Eric is watching and he's saying, working on finishing the second palm tree for my LRDG diorama. Cool. That's another kit I'd love to do as well. And Nim just saying to Mark in response that she's it's more about the bits and bobs and the cockpit I'm doing, and makes it less monochrome. Pictures will be soon. Oh, she's a teaser. She's a teaser. Mark's just saying now he wants a Tamiya Jeep. Yes, it's a great project, and I would absolutely love to get my hands on a Jeep. One of my favourites, as I said. Lewis is 10 his opinion, and he said do it on live stream, James. Well, maybe we'll see. And Scott is just saying that's brutal, Lewis. Difficult to video, I would think. Well, yes, and this is part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I've moved the camera, as you probably have noticed. This is my bench camera, and it's normally about 6 inches off the bench. It's now much more like 40 odd inches away from the bench, and I've got a little bit more control over it. So I'm hoping, as long as the camera doesn't pop in and out all the time, which it has done a couple of times, I'm hoping that will make it easier and better for you to watch. So enough of all that, let's crack on. So this is the Tamiya US Howitzer motor carriage M8 in 1/35th. Cracking little kit. I would tell you the kit number if I could see it, but it's not. Oh, I think it's number 312. Why this kit? Well, basically the reason being is that this is actually the first tank I ever made in my journey through the hobby. And to prove this, it just so happens, here it is. This was built for a model shop, window display. It's seen better days because it's been battered. I'm not gonna lie, but as you can see, this was my first effort at a tank with wrong way around, with some weathering, etc. And I'm guessing he says, I think I was about 13, 14 when I built this, I guess. So yes, so I wanted to revisit it. Now, the bits that are missing on the running gear, I have actually still got. And for those that you may be interested, the way in which I did the weathering effect was that I just absolutely battered it with mud. And I mean, it is actually plaster of Paris, sorry, with real mud added to it and then slapped on it. So I wanted to revisit and see whether my skills had improved. And now, obviously, one thing I haven't done is I haven't cleaned it. So it's got that many years dirt on it, dust on it, as you can see, by just me wetting the end of my bud. So yeah, what I'm going to try and do, I did mean to do this beforehand, I'm going to try and clean off the dust a little bit. I have sent some pictures as it is, but yeah, that was one of my, or is my first armored vehicle of description build. So what I plan to do as a bit of a test to the setup that I've got and whether it will work well with the HK kit is I thought we would build another, which is what we're going to do. So before I go any further, let me just catch up with the chat. Mark's just saying I would do it off air and just update us in videos. Yeah, maybe. Scott was just saying after the video, my seat harnesses, I would agree with Mark. Twisted Rail Hobbies is in, saying good morning all. Morning Twisted, hope you're well. And Mark's just saying less pressure on James doing it live. And that will that little kit looks like another fun project. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be quick, I would think. Sorry, one minute. I'm gasping for drink. Not slept very well last night, so yeah, hanging. Yeah, it should be a fairly relatively quick build, I would think. So there we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a very quick kit review. We'll run through the kit, see what's in it, and then we'll start gluing some bits and pieces together. I don't think we'll get very far with it on this particular program today, but let's see what happens. So anyway, as I said, this is the Tamiya US Howitzer mortar carrier M8. Comes with 3 figures, although I think it's only 2 figures, but yeah, it says 3, so there must be 3, I guess. It's kit number 312. That is the main box art. That's what's on the side there. That's what's on the side there. And let's have a look, see what's in the kit, shall we? So we take a box off, and we've got our instructions at the top. Now I have taken this out and taken a couple of pictures of it. So these are the instructions. Typical Tamiya, nicely laid out, very simple to follow. Shouldn't have any major issues with that. And there are 13 steps. Unlucky for some, but there are 13 steps. There we go. So that's the instructions. Let's take out the sprues, because I know in the bottom of the box here are the tracks. Some nice old rubber band tracks. Some people hate them. I personally, it doesn't actually fuss me too much. They work well. Some decals in here, which we can take out of the bags. The one thing I have noticed in this particular kit is there's lots of bags. There you go. Just some basic. Oh, wrong way up. Just some basic decals there, all in white. Lovely. Makes it nice, easy. What I will be doing is I will be following the example I set myself. So I will be putting the same decals on this model as I did on the last one. So there's the decals. That's pretty cool. Actually, if I put them back in there out of the way, I can put the box out there, over there out of the way, and we'll move some bags around. So our first bag, excuse me for any rustling of bags, but we've got our hole. We have the hole. So let's have a little zoom in and have a bit of a look at what we're playing at here. So as you can see, some pretty good surface detail. He says reach in for something that I can actually see what I'm looking at. Some pretty good surface detail. A typical Tamiya kit, if I'm honest. I believe this is an old, quite an old kit in itself. It's not been remolded or anything like that. So yeah, it's a good basic kit. Obviously the underneath of our mortar carrier, and a mechanism there of some description telling you on or off. So maybe you can motorize it because there are places for the batteries. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I hadn't realized that. Side detail is is basic. It's, you know, it's nothing amazing, but it's there. It's all how it's meant to be. There you go. So that is our hull. Let's move on to our next bag. And this would be sprue C, because we're doing it in order and everything. No, we're not, are we? Didn't think of that. So there you go. We've got our whole tops there and whole plating. We have our turret. Like I say, it is, and the interior for our gun emplacement, a figure. Some of the breech mechanism there. Some shells, etc. But like I say, it's a typical Tamiya kit. The detail is good enough. You know, it's not super hard in any way, shape, or form. And as you can probably tell, if that pops into focus, hopefully that will, the detail is fairly good. Although that's not. Come on, pop in. You've got nothing else to assign yourself to. But yeah, there you go. So that's sprue C. Hopefully we'll get sprue B out. And yes, there you go. So this is the running gear on sprue C. Turn it up the other way. As you can see that the riveting detail, etc., is all there. Really nice. I quite like that. It's going to be a lot of fun bringing that out in detail with the lessons I've learned over the many years. Running gear and wheels, etc., all good. And the joy with Tamiya, you know, flash is not something in which you're really going to trip over much on a Tamiya kit. They're pretty good, pretty sharp in their detail and sharp in their mold quality. So there you go. That is sprue B. And sprue A. Here you go. We've got our running skirts here, side skirts rather. We've got some of the other detail that goes on. We've got our axes to grind, sledgehammers, blah blah blah, jacks, our gun. I'll just pop that up there. Hopefully that'll pop in. Come on. Hello la. Oh, yeah, I hate it when cameras don't work. Asking too much of it, obviously. Anyway, yeah, nice and crisp, no flash. A few bits and pieces you could do to that gun to make it, improve it a little bit more. But yeah, not really that much. But yeah, that'd be lovely. That'd be lovely to bring out. So there you go. That's sprue A. So our last two sprues are figures and figure related items. And of course I didn't open these ones properly, so excuse me for my rustling. We have got our sprue Y, which is a generic guns, rifles, water bottles, helmets, all those sort of stuff. Lovely stuff. And we can utilize that. I don't think actually, if I remember correctly, I don't think I utilised most of this on the figures. I'm fairly certain I've still got the sprue somewhere up in a box in the loft. So that'd be interesting to find that. But yeah, even got some hand grenades on there. So yeah, lots of things in which you can play with there. Most of that I probably won't use if I'm honest, but you know, we'll try and use some of them. That's sprue Y. Why they said. Just remember, if you are watching on Facebook, if you can allow your details to be shared with StreamYard, it makes it a little bit easier when I'm feeding back who's in the chat. So yeah, so this is sprue A, strangely enough, and it feels as if there's bits missing. Two figures in there, and they're obviously going to be in the vehicle. What I might do is I might do it so they're at rest or something. Don't know. We'll see what we do with it at some point. But yeah, good detail on the typical Tamiya figures. Some sulky arms there, I notice. That'd be quite good. Use some sulky arms. So there you go. So that is the kit that we're going to be playing with in the next 20 minutes or so. Like I said, we're going to do a little bit. We're not going to do a great deal because this is sort of a test. I'll do that later. This is a test run to see how the camera setup works or doesn't work for me. However, it will go. Let's have a quick look at the chat, see what is going on in there. Barbara Models says, good luck with the M8 build, James. I have the Tamiya Sherman. I'm looking forward to cracking on with next month. Look forward to seeing your M8 develop. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Now, I am not sure who this is, so I do apologise. Morning all, watching over on YouTube while video's uploading. Okay. Pop your name in there and tell me who you are, because I'm not quite sure who you are. I have got the Facebook group open, but I haven't got the name of who that is, which is rather annoying. But never mind. Scott is just saying there, it looks like a great little kit. Yes, I love this kit. It brings back a lot of memories. So, of course, the one other thing I haven't done is I haven't actually looked forward to any of this to see where I need to start, which probably was a bit of an error on my part in hindsight. But maybe we should just start near the front and work our way along, eh? So there we go. Yeah, so what are you working on, guys? There's 18 people of you watching. Tell me what you're working on. I know a couple of you already have. Don't need that up here. Let me go back in the box for now. Let's have a look. See where we go with this. So this part is literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some models and have a bit of a chat. Tell me what you're up to this weekend, what your plan is for Sunday. Let's go from there, eh? Okay, so we're off and running. So yeah, I've been up very early this morning. I had to go over to my parents, go and help my old man with something quickly. First time out of the house in nearly a week, I think. So that's quite exciting. Not doing overly exciting, Dad, I'm glad to say. But very cold this morning indeed. Let's not do that. Let's do this. So all I'm going to do here is I've cut the first couple of bits off. I'm just going to trim this up and make sure they are nice and pretty. Love you to give me a bit of feedback as to how you think the camera angle works and whether it works in what I'm doing. Because those of you that know me well will be shouting at the screen saying, you know, it's fine, stop worrying, but I do. So yeah, job's not worth doing if I can't do it properly. It's the way I go about things. Hence why I'm not super prolific on the old YouTube, because I've been unhappy for a while as to how things are. So obviously when I made this many moons ago, the one thing I wouldn't have used would be some sanding sticks. What I would have used instead would have been my mother's metal nail file, which I still have, funny enough. It's just over there in the drawer. If you're not quite sure what I mean, I did bring this up in that we did a podcast about modelling tools and stuff, and that was covered in there. But yeah, I had a manicure set one Christmas, and nail clippers were used at one point. I know I can remember that. Yeah, quite strange really, considering what I started with as a modeler and my journey, my many years journey in model making. But I guess we all did that, didn't we? And there are times where you just couldn't afford to pay for the proper kit. It was always your dream to have the proper knife and proper bits and pieces. I think that's probably actually the only thing my parents did buy me eventually, was a proper craft knife, an Axo blade, which many people use still. They're still around. But as you can probably tell from what's on the bench, I don't use that. I go for a scalpel now. Theory being, if you're going to cut yourself, do it properly. There you go, that's the first couple of bits. Chat's gone very quiet. Come on, guys, tell me what you're up to. Tell me what your plans are. Obviously, after me at 12:30 is Festa and Dave, or Colin and Dave, rather, in the Festa's model workshop. For their morning brunch. So how about you lot? What was your first experience in your model making journey? Can you remember what the first kit was you built? Can you remember that far back? Was it that far back? Let us know. So Dave's just saying there that he used to repurpose Mum's emery boards for rubbing flash off in the old days. Yeah. And Scotty's just saying that it's cold out tonight. Might get a little desert snow by morning. Ooh. Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? My wife wasn't very impressed when I said to her it might snow. But there you go. So that's our first couple of bits made. Let's go for that. A20. B. Don't want that one in, do we? A20. Are you sure? A20? Oh, I see. I gotcha. If I look on the right sprue, it will help, eh? That's C. So we did need this sprue after all. There we go. A20. There it is. Yeah, it's funny. I was talking a few months ago about tools you used to have as a kid, and it just so happened I used to have all my modelling bits and pieces in a box, one single box, which was my brother's fishing tackle box that was repurposed. And as we were talking about, I just said, "Yo, do you know what? I've still got the box somewhere. Let me have a look." Pulled the box out, and there you go. All my stuff's still there, even about 6 pots of Tamiya paint. Which I've never got on with Tamiya, so I don't know. I don't really know why I've bought Tamiya, but there you go. Okay, so well, where's this bit going? That bit goes in there. Is that flush with that? I don't know. I'll check the kit a little bit further along. Give me a clue. Oh, okay. So it's not flush with that. So I got you right like that. Yeah, so my modelling journey started with a lot of repurposing. I inherited a great deal of modelling stuff from my brother. Bless him. My brother, excellent modeler, excellent as a teenager. Really loved the hobby. Unfortunately, had a mishap with a model. He'd spent ages painting, and we used to have what was called a Rayburn fire, which was basically a solid fuel fire in the front room made of metal. And in his infinite wisdom, he completed his model, wanted the paint to dry quickly because he wanted to crack on with it, and put the model on top of the fire, which was metal, and that conducted the heat really well. And unfortunately, he went away. When he came back, it had literally melted. So yeah, after that, he threw it across the room and gave up the hobby because he was so annoyed at what had happened. Which is a real shame because he is a good he was a good modeler, and I think he still would get the kick out of doing the kit if he picked it up again. But there you go. Live and learn, do you? So a quick look at the chat to see what is going on, because we're obviously doing a couple of steps there already. Twisted Rail Hobby saying, couldn't sleep last night. Currently 4 minutes till 7 a.m. designing my new hobby man shed to be built this spring. Yes, this is your 8x12 hobby room. I can imagine how exciting that must be for you. If you want to hand any advice, i.e., what to do, what not to do, best practices, and all that sort of stuff, put a post up in the mess, and ask people's opinion. It'd be great to see what other people's workspaces are like. I've learned a few lessons from doing my room. Some things I would do differently, some things I've done differently. And some things, depending on the budget, some things I would really press quite hard against to encourage you to get. So yeah, that would be interesting actually. If you want to do that, go over to Model Officers Mess on the Facebook page and put a post up. See what everyone says. Eric's just saying my first kit would have been a Ford Mustang, possibly a first-year model, when I was 6 years old. Made a mess of it, but for a 6-year-old, it was an accomplishment just to finish. Indeed. Dave's just saying, I can't remember my first kit. But in the early days, I was living in a quarter opposite the Air Museum at Duxford. Oh, wow, really? I built an Airfix Mosquito on the dining room table. Oh, wow. I bet that was quite exciting. Living opposite Duxford. One of my favourite places, Duxford. Scott is just saying my first model ever was a monogram dragster, Big Daddy Don Garlets, and I made a mess of it. I was 9. Yes. Scott is then just saying that my dad griped, but shelled out $12 for a Christmas present in 1972. Yeah. Eric's just saying my first kit where I consider myself seriously into modelling was an old monogram 1/32 Brumbar kit with the artwork from Shep Payne, one of my idols that I look up to in the modelling world, and the instructions to how to build your own diorama. I was hooked after that. Yeah, he did that to me as well, Eric. I think Shep Payne, if I'm honest, Shep Payne was probably one of the main reasons that my journey started, without a doubt, and definitely in the diorama world. Yeah, got a lot to answer for, but an amazingly brilliant artist in himself. Sad that he's not with us anymore. Frankie Goes to Hobbyworth is in, saying hello everyone. Hi Frankie, hope you're well. And Colin's there, look. Yeah, hello, Colin. Festa 67's workshop. Morning, James. Morning, mate. Hope you're well. And Barbara Ross model saying, wow, the model melting on by the fire sounds brutal. I'm sure we all feel this pain. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Not that I'm hoarding anyway, but I do actually still have the model. What's left of it anyway. It's been in 2 dioramas that I've made. And I will never get rid of it because it is cherished by me. Not because I'm nasty, just because I'm so sad that my brother made the mistake he did, and it had the result it did to him for his modelling journey. And I just suddenly remembered the kit in question was this one, the Tamiya 8-ton semi-track 20mm flat gun. Yeah, that one there. So all I've got left now is literally this bit here, the main hole. But yeah, funny enough, I bought one because I decided that I would do this, and then my next visit back into the world of youth was going to be that kit. So I bought that. So I might even be really mean and build it for my brother and give it to him as a Christmas present. Yeah, he'll hate me. Yeah, so Frankie goes to Hobbywood. My first model was a Revell Porsche 928. Wow. Cool. It's really interesting to see what other people did as their first kit. Remember, drop a comment in. There's 21 people of you watching. We've only got a few of your first kits, if you can remember that far back, the beginning of your hobby journey. So all I've done literally is I've just added a little bit to our lower hull and done a little bit of our running gear so far. While I'm doing that, you've been busy chatting to yourselves. I will stick those bits in, I think, and we'll call it a day after these couple of bits, I think, for today anyway. So yeah, so the plan that I'm going to do, what I'm hoping to achieve over the next couple of weeks, is obviously I'm going to do a little bit of this in the background, and some of it on the live show. That's the idea. Something a little bit different for your entertainment. And like I say, the royal we, I've got plans for other bits and pieces I want to do. But the problem I'm having more than anything else is keeping myself motivated, not losing my mojo, because they've got quite a few bits and pieces going on. And as Mark and Scotty have suggested, that doing these sort of things while live can be a little bit stressful. I don't find it that stressful, if I'm honest, but it's breaking it down in a way in which you can follow it and not be sat there yawning away to yourselves. Now, of course, I'll cut these off, and I can't remember what bit's which, so they go up that way. So I'm guessing that would be that bit there. That looks sensible enough. So what did you think about showing other people's work? Did you like that? Is that something you'd like to see more of? Something to keep going with? I know Colin does that as well, and others do it. It's a bit repetitive, but you know, when someone's got a good idea, they've got a good idea, haven't they? Oh, yeah, I probably did it. Was just as all hands last when I did this the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little album up in the mess, so you can follow the build. Now, I suspect, as I just said a minute ago, some of this will be done off air because I want to move it forward. but also I want to make room for the other projects, the more exciting projects or hellish projects, depending on which way you look at it. So there we go. I've got those bits in there. That looks a little bit evenly gapped on the other side. There you go. No more suggestions of what your first models are. So yeah, here we go. And those will go on there, I guess. Eventually. That's cool. We'll just stick these in as well. A29. See, I had considered with the Lancaster, I had considered doing sort of a group buildy sort of thing, because obviously the lovely Lewis has started his 1/32 length. I know that Mark had showed some interest in the Lanc as well, and I was thinking that maybe we could have done it as a, you know, group build, even if it was like on, you know, in the same sort of format with StreamYard, and get the others involved as well, rather than it just being one dreary old voice cracking on all the time. But I'm not sure. I haven't asked it, if I'm honest, but I'm not sure it would be easy for the commitment of doing that at a particular time on a particular day. So I didn't ask the question. But if anyone is interested in that sort of idea, let me know. It doesn't have to be the two people I just named. I didn't do it to name and shame you or to put you under any pressure or anything. But if you are interested, then yeah, it's something we can consider. Definitely. After all, it's not all about me, is it? It's about getting you guys to do the model making. Now, I think there's a particular way, so I should be all right there. Oh my God. All fingers. All fingers and thumbs. Now I'm worried because it looks to me I put that in upside down on the other side. So yeah, if you're interested in a Lancaster group build, yeah, that looks better than that. Let me know. If we did do that, we could make it any scale, so it doesn't have to be big and bulky. It could be a 1/72, 1/48, as long as it's a Lancaster. That would work, wouldn't it? There we go. So we've got those bits in as well. Yeah, comments have gone all quiet. Are you still there? Oh yes, there you go. Well done, Lewis. Lewis says my first model was a car. I think bought by my late dad. I can't remember. It was a model I can remember. It was a Tamiya 148 F14 Tomcat. All right, he can't. I got you. Can't remember the car kit, but the model he can remember as the first kit was the 148 Tomcat. Yes. Funny enough, when I did this for the shop, that was the other one I did was the Tamiya Tomcat. I remember that, and I didn't get on very well with it because I didn't have an airbrush. It was all hand painted. Everything was hand painted. I was a heuristic person at that time, so yeah, I didn't get on with it. It was a big old kit as well. Bob Rush model saying his first kit was a Tamiya German SDKF Z223 recon vehicle, put into a first diorama with figures and a BMW sidecar that had been hooked ever since. Yes, yeah. Funny enough, this M8 that I'm doing now, that was put in a diorama. That was my first diorama as well, funny enough. And I had some figures, and I think another vehicle, but I can't really remember. But we made a house, and I said to my dad, I want to make a house. And the only thing we could think of doing was making a house from cardboard. So my father was into model railways. So it was literally a paper stroke cardboard house. And it was amazing, really, really good. Dad designed it. I made it, sort of, but really Dad did to a degree, I guess. But yeah, it was awesome idea. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like you say, you build diorama, and if you enjoyed building the first diorama, you are always hooked. You'll never look back, definitely. So there you go. So 18 people watching. We're coming up to 16 minutes past 12. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute or two. Scott is just saying there, okay, who's old enough to remember airbrush with a cheapo Badger and compressor air can? Well, funny you should say that. My brother had an airbrush, and it was an aerosol can. But I can't remember the make of it. It wasn't Badger. I think it may have been Airfix, but I'm not sure. But again, I know for a fact I've got that upstairs somewhere. I personally have never used it. I didn't come to airbrush until very much later. So anyway, right, let's have a quick look at and a roundup of what I've achieved so far. Not very much, obviously. We've done a quick kit review of the Tamiya M8. We've made our first bits of running gear for the front of our mortar carrier, and we've glued in some bits onto the hull. These bits here, and here, and the back, obviously. So we've started our journey, our revisit journey of youth. So what did you think of the camera angle? Did it work okay? Did it jump in and out of focus? Was it good for your viewing? Let me know in your comments. Yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap this up for now, because that seems like a really good place. What I'm going to do off air, probably today or so, is I'm going to pull off all the rest of the running gear. I probably will prime it and paint it and get it all ready, because I want to do that before I stick it all together. I'm a bit like that now, whereas I would have just glued it all together and sprayed the hell out of it, or brushed the hell out of it, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it slightly different. So there you go. So yeah, like I said, coming up later will be Colin and Dave in the Festas workshop. That'll be on at 12:30. And remember to get involved in the Model Officers Mess Facebook page, and keep tuned to the YouTube channel for any further updates that are coming up. And we'll go from there. Yeah. And like I say, any ideas that you have as to what you'd like to see, etc., drop me a note, let me know. Scotty's just saying there, thank you very much, Scotty. Great parade, James. Nice catching up with everyone. Indeed, yeah, that is what it's all about. Lewis just saying next week, James, get a wig, wig of hair. Yeah, no, is the answer. You're only sore because I didn't get you that elf keynie, and I'm saying no more to that. Anyway, there you go. From me this week, that's it. Thank you for spending an hour with me. Really appreciate it. Until next week, take care. Have a good Sunday.